Hello and welcome to WHSA's TV. It's great to be back after a few weeks of no school due to school cancellations.
Oh, definitely, Caleb. It seemed like every single time that we tried to broadcast to you, the weather was just like, nope. Took it right away from us every single time. It's crazy.
Yeah, another interesting thing is that all the snow that we received really dumped on us the last 2 weeks of winter. However, it's been starting to warm up and feel kind of spring-like here in Washington, which I think we're all looking forward to.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But really, the winters started off fairly mild. Didn't seem like anything was going to bad happen, but then all of a sudden snow came in like crazy. It was bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
That's right, Connor. So today we're actually going to talk a little bit about some of those crazy storms that we received, as well as a full report on sports and weather right here on WHSH TV.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to WHSH TV. Our first story is actually so impactful that it takes up the whole first half of our news segment. Even though we're all so focused on those warming temps, the recent snowstorms have had a lasting effect. From cleanup to delays to changes in schedules, we have seen all crazy things around Washington locally. It can bring everything to a grinding halt in the amounts that we've been seeing. One of the first steps when it snows is for school officials to decide whether or not they're going to cancel school. To understand more about this, WHSH, sat down with Gary Puckett of Washington Community Schools to hear about that process.
About 4:30 in the morning, I'll get up and start assessing the situation that morning of. The information I get is from local law enforcement, other area schools as far as their superintendents, and also we've got spotters and myself out and about driving the county roads, because the number one priority is whether or not our school buses can safely operate on the roads. The school messenger system, that's been a really good thing. Before that we had Global Connect, but this school messenger has been really good. As far as how that works, you know, when you register for school at the beginning, you know, that's all the information you give the schools, and they put that data in the system, and School Messenger draws those phone numbers out. You put a priority listing of the numbers you have and what's your main one you got contacted on. But as far as how that works, if we're going to delay and you know,
as the decision to delay or cancel school is being made, local officials have to prepare for their local cleanup. We sat down with Ernie Evans of the Washington Street Department to hear what he had to say about the giant task of snow removal.
The police department will generally call me, and they'll tell me, you know, the roads are getting slick, and then I get out and I look at the roads and I determine whether to call out the guys. And what I generally do is call out the guys. I start calling how many I need out, and then we start, I got like 5 trucks and they have 5 areas that you run in. And they go their areas whenever they load the salt and sand. They go down through there, and it's according to what it is. If it's a lot of heavy snow coming down, boom, just coming down real hard, all we do is shove. We shove, and then Then we'll salt and sand the dangerous intersections. We'll first go around the hospital. We get around the hospital, we salt and sand that. We get around the police departments, fire departments, volunteer and city, and we'll get around the ambulance service there on South Meridian. We'll make sure that we all get them and try to get our main throughways opened up and keep them opened up. And then we work on, when it stops, then we start treating everything. You know, we start putting her down and shoving, and we go, and then we start our secondary streets, and we try to keep everything opened up as much as possibly can, you know. I like to work my guys. I like to work them, if I can, in 10-hour shifts, you know, and 8 to 10-hour shifts, according to if they get tired. And like, there's a lot of times that we've worked all day, and we get done at 3:30, and at quitting time it starts snowing. So we got to stay, 5 of us, me and 5 other guys got to stay out and take care of things. So, you know, in the past, there's been times that I've been up 43 straight hours and never went to bed. I mean, that's just something to do, but then, you know, that's just my job, make sure everybody's safe in the community and travel safe. So, you know, it doesn't bother me that I have to do that. It's just part of my job. It can be stressful, but I just want to make sure everybody's taken care of. I only had 1 truck out because all the rest of them were broke down. They was just broke down. The weather was so bad and everything else, and it broke down, breaking stuff, and because it was cold. And I only had 1 snowplow, salt sander out working, and until we got everything up and going, we all just kind of chip in together and get them going. I knew everything. If we didn't get that slush off the road, they would turn to a sheet of ice, freeze right back over. So we stayed out till we shoved every street in town that we possibly knew of. There might have been a couple of them missed, but there probably was a couple that was missed, but they was probably little dead ends or something, you know, and we was just busy. But we got all that off, and that's why now, like the snow, you know, out there, it's down to the blacktop. And then you got the windrows that people are complaining about because they're probably, I don't know, 3 foot, some of them 3 foot tall. Windrows were the snow where we plowed the snow over. And then it got so cold that froze. And I'd like to, you know, stress this, you know, to folks out there about, you know, plowing in the driveways and everything. We have no choice because we can't put the snow in the middle of the road, you know, and we got to put it off to the right side of the road, and that way when it does start thawing, it'll drain. Either got a curb line, it'll drain to a catch basin, or if there's no curb there at all, it'll drain off the road into the grass off the edge of the road. And that's the reason why we had to windrows to the right, and people get mad because we block their driveways. There's just no other way to do it. I mean, that's what we have to do. And I'm just hope everybody understands and it's for the best. Yeah, that's for the best for everybody. It makes it safe for everybody, and it's just you know, like me, I plowed myself in. You know, I was out and I plowed my own driveway in.
So now that we know what goes into the removal of snow, as well as the decision to delay or cancel school, WHSH TV sat down with Dr. Paul White in order to discuss how those cancellations affected our spring break that we've all been looking forward to.
You know, now that we missed those 4 days of school last week, we'll be in session March 23rd through the 26th, which was a potential additional spring break time, but because of those snow days, we'll have to make up school March 23rd through the 26th, so it's possible that won't be an I-STEP testing. The window will be closed by then, but those would be additional days of school.
Since that interview, snow has canceled a couple more school days. We'd like to thank Mr. Puckett, Mr. Evans, and Dr. White for their time. Up next, we'll have a quick look at weather. Spring is here, so stay tuned here with WHSH TV.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Hi, it's been a while. Welcome back to WHSH TV. Let's take a quick look at this weather for the next week. Temps have been on the rise recently, and they'll continue to stay average to above average for this time. So right here, Friday, it's gonna rain tonight, like big flood warning, or watch at least. High of 58, low of 51. And then tomorrow it's gonna get significantly colder, down to 37. Yikes. But then, hey, look, it's Sunday. It's going to get up to 63, Monday 71. It's just going to get great from here on out. Springtime weather. Tuesday, high of 50, low of 35. Wednesday, high of 53, low of 41. And then Thursday, there's going to be some morning showers, but hey, 56 degrees, you can't complain with that. So we're going to come back on WHSH, and we're going to have the sports right after. There's your quick look.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back. During our absence from school, many events organized by student groups took place. Most notably, the WHS Student Council hosted a spaghetti dinner and a dance marathon to benefit Riley Children's Foundation. The Student Council raised $3,000 during the event. All of that money will go to benefit the Children's Foundation. Another event that took place during our time away was the Polar Plunge. WHS students raised money for the Indiana Special Olympics to be able to take a dip in Prides Creek Lake in Petersburg. As you can see in the footage here, WHSHS's own Connor Nolan and aka Spider-Man also took the plunge. Students raised enough money to get Miss Kelly and Mr. Zars to take the plunge as well. This was the first year for the plunge at Prides Creek Park in Petersburg. Students and staff at Washington High School participated in the cold dip to help raise money for the Special Olympics of Indiana. According to organizer Francie Smith, 83 plungers dove in Prides Creek and raised a little over $20,000 for the cause. Smith says she looks forward to keeping the tradition going next year again at Prides Creek and applauded the efforts of the students and staff at Washington High School for their involvement this year. The weather was perfect for a polar plunge, but not anymore. Spring has pushed winter away until next year, and with spring comes the end of basketball. Up next, Eric Wilson will have a look back at the Hatchet Boys basketball season. Sports is up next on WHSH TV.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills? Check. Driver's license? Check. And a high school diploma. You got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that. You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Welcome back to WHSH TV. It's been a couple weeks since our last broadcast, and a lot has happened since then. When we were on our last on the air, WHS boys were gearing up for sectionals, and now sectionals is long over. Coming into the sectional tournament, the Washington Hatchet boys basketball team were on a roll, winning 12 of their last 14 heading into the tournament. Due to school cancellations and slick parking areas, the tournament got pushed back to Friday, where the Hatchets defeated Heritage Hills 51-37. The Hatchets would head into the semifinals the next night on Saturday, taking on Southridge, as they defeated the Raiders 49-43. The Hatchets would head into the sectional championship trying to win their first sectional in 4 years and took on familiar rival Vincennes Lincoln. Unfortunately, Washington could not get over the hump as the Alices took home their third sectional title in 4 years. The Hatchets finished the season identical with the girls' record at 17-8. Even though the Hatchets came away empty-handed this season, the team will return all but one player next year, so expect the boys' team to be very competitive and very hungry for not only a Big 8 title, but a sectional title as well. Sticking with the Washington boys basketball team, the Big 8 All-Conference team was named this past Wednesday, as 3 players were named. Juniors Colton Garland and Connor Brown and sophomore Jacob Overton made the list, as the Hatchets were the only team in the Big 8 Conference to have 3 representatives. The Hatchets finished second in conference this year at 5-1 behind Vincennes Lincoln. Congratulations to those 3 guys on their outstanding performances on the court. If you see them in or outside of school, be sure to congratulate them. Moving on now to the Lady Hatchets. They wrapped up their season in Jasper just a few weeks ago, but this past Wednesday, the girls basketball team held its banquet in the cafeteria here at Washington High School. We got a chance to sit down with head coach Gretchen Miles. Here's what she had to say.
I think this season it was definitely a learning curve at the beginning of the year, just to get the kids to understand their roles and what they would be doing in each position on both ends of the floor. And I think you always want to be playing your best basketball come February. I think the girls really bonded well together, really started to pay attention to the details of the game that made a huge difference in the win-loss column for us, and they were playing their best basketball in the sectional.
Hatchets finished the season with a 17-8 record, but they will have a strong core group back next season, so be sure to watch out for the Lady Hatchets. That's going to wrap it up for, excuse me 1 minute. Baseball and softball are swinging into action. WHSH Sports will have full coverage of those games right here on WHSH TV. That's it for sports. Stay tuned for weather here on WHSH TV.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
And we're back. The weather is here for you on WHSH TV. Time to get back in the swing of things. The snow is behind us, and I don't think there's going to be much more winter in our future, much more, snow and whatnot. However, rain is sadly in our future, but nice temperatures all around. So tonight, 58 degrees high, but man, is it going to get rainy. There's actually going to be a flash watch. Or a flood watch, excuse me, because the so much rain tonight, so look out for that, be prepared. Saturday, have a little morning rain, 58 degrees, low of 37. It's going to get really cold tonight, so that cold front is coming in, but thankfully it's leaving, because Sunday we're going to get into 63 degrees, and then Monday, 71 degrees, and sunny both days. It's going to be awesome. Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, partly cloudy with 50-degree weather. It's going to be great. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a high of 53 and then a low of 41 that night. Thursday, we're going to have some morning showers at 56 degrees. Now, next week, it's sadly going to be some severe weather. I'm not talking winter severe weather. It's just going to be a little more rain. And we're going to have an interview with the EMA director, Paul Goss, next Friday. So for a preparedness week is what that's going to be coming up.
All right, that was it for our broadcast today, here on WHSH TV. I'm Caleb King.
I'm Connor Nolan.
You have a great week.
For the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.